Everyone, Stone here with Nintendo Life, and I'm here to address a ridiculous problem with the Switch 2 that I think I need to point out. It's kind of obvious already, but some of the pricing is not great. Let me explain. All right, so in our past Nintendo Direct, that was a couple days ago. I don't remember the exact date. I think it was April 2nd. The Nintendo Switch 2 Direct was. They unveiled a lot of new games and software along with the actual console. One of these games was called Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour. And this game, if you could even call it that, is where you walk around in a giant 3D model of the Nintendo Switch 2 and you learn about things about the console and slight little tech demos and stuff. This game is literally just an instruction model or an instruction manual. This is an instruction model, an instruction manual saying, yep, Switch 2. And they're charging money for it. This makes no sense. Reggie, the old president of Nintendo, fought to have Wii Sports as a pack-in game with the Wii. And the Nintendo investors and stock market people and all them were like, no, we need to sell it separately so we can make extra money. It's gonna sell like crazy. And Reggie was like, no, we have to have it as a pack-in game. He fought to have Wii Sports as a pack-in game for all the Wiis. And he did. He got Wii Sports in. And that is the reason the Wii was such a great console. This is the reason that it sold so well, is because the controls were super intuitive. And Wii Sports, like, you'd walk in and your grandma would be playing bowling on the TV. Like, the controls were just super intuitive. But Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour, which is literally just an instruction manual, a tutorial, is gonna cost $10. Welcome Tour should be a pack-in game. It should come with the Switch 2 as like a digital download code. Just think about it. You're either gonna watch someone else on YouTube play it and be like, cool. Or you're gonna pay the $10, play it once. If you even say play, like, I don't even think we should say play. You're gonna use it once, and then you're never gonna touch it again. That's a waste of $10. That's a whole Luigi gift card. A whole 10. Like, this game should not cost any money. This should be a free title. I think it's kind of ridiculous that they're charging money for this. I don't know. You tell me what you think on the, on Welcome Tour being money, costing money, but, second off, we have Mario Kart World. A lot of people have been complaining on Mario Kart World's price as well, saying, Mario Kart? $80? Are you serious? If you don't know, Mario Kart World is launching in the United States for $80 US, which is a really high price, especially for a Mario Kart. Now, Nintendo has came out and said, yeah, they try to justify the price, saying, yeah, it's gonna be so worth it. There's so much added content. We evaluate every game, and we try to determine the best price for them. If you don't remember, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom was the first Switch game that was, first party that was raised from $60 to $70. Tears of the Kingdom launched with a price of $69.99 US. That's 70 bucks. And that game has at least 100 hours of gameplay. I know people put thousands of hours into that game, but at the minimum, that game has about 100 hours of gameplay. So maybe there, yeah, the $70 price tag, well, is slightly annoying. It might be justified for something like Tears of the Kingdom, but Mario Kart, which is just Grand Prix, and I know they added open world, like Mario Kart, but, like, I know it's open world now, but that's not worth an extra $20, because usually, first-party Switch games are $60. I don't think it's a free roam mode is worth an extra $20 increase in money. Like, that's ridiculous. So, the Mario Kart Direct is gonna be sometime this week. I don't remember. I think it's like Wednesday or Thursday or Friday, something like that. I will watch it and I'll give you my opinions, but there better be a ton of extra content in this Mario Kart to justify the extra $20 price tag, because like $80 for Mario Kart is kind of ridiculous. I won't lie. Now, a lot of people have said, oh, it's going to be $90 physical. No, it's not. It is going to be $80 physical. Now with tax, it might be like 85, but it is $80 to buy Mario Kart World. People are like, no, it's gonna be $90 physical. No, it is not. It is going to be $80 physical. Same thing with the Switch 2. Like the Switch 2 is $450, and if you add tax to that, it's gonna be like $470. So people gotta quit doing that. But yeah, $80 for a Mario Kart is really high, and I think they have to really like. I need to be convinced. Like when I watch this Mario Kart Direct Thursday. When I watch this Direct this Thursday, I need to be convinced that yes, I need to pay that $80. I mean, I'm gonna end up paying it anyway because I'm getting the Mario Kart bundle Switch 2. But I need to be justified that yes, it is going to be worth it, which as of right now, I don't think it's worth it. So I'm kind of debating getting Mario Kart World, but when I see this Direct, I need to be convinced it is worth all 80 of my hard-earned dollars. Because like Tears of the Kingdom, it was only a $10 increase, and Tears of the Kingdom had a lot of content. Now it didn't have any DLC, but Tears of the Kingdom had a lot of extra added content. So that $80, it better add a lot of stuff to this game. Like I expect like a lot of updates and support for this game, and like no DLC. I don't want a DLC. If they make a DLC, I want it to be included with the game because, like I said, $80 is crazy. And my last bit for today is the expansion packs. So people also have been complaining about I already own this game, and I have to pay to get the higher resolution and frame rate, which I won't lie. Yeah, that is kind of annoying. I won't lie. Now, for stuff like Mario Party Jamboree, I can kind of see it. Mario Party Jamboree is going to have, not only will you get the higher frame rates and resolution with the new Jamboree TV expansion, but you're going to get a lot of new mini games and all that stuff, and it's almost like a DLC. So it's going to be $20 to get the Jamboree TV, and I think for something like that, it's going to be, you know, pretty justified. But for something like Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, which are both games I've already paid for, I paid $60 for Breath of the Wild, and I paid $70 for Tears of the Kingdom, paying $10, which was revealed, the expansion packs for Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are going to be $10, paying an extra $10 for a game I already own just for the frame rate and resolution to be unlocked and raised so I could play it at a higher resolution and frame rate is kind of ridiculous. I won't lie. And yes, I know it adds the Zelda notes, I think it's called, when you buy the expansion as well. But come on, that's not worth $10. Like I said, like when I put Breath of the Wild into my new Switch 2, it should be automatically be able to like detect that, oh, I'm being played on a Switch 2, and it should just be able to bump up the frame rate to 120 FPS, the cap, and it should be able to bump up the cap for the resolution at 1080p or 4K, depending on if I'm playing docked or handheld. And if it's put into the original Switch, it should be able to lower that cap back down to 720p, and then lower the frame rate cap back down to 60 FPS. I don't think I should have to pay to unlock my cap so I can go to 120 FPS instead of 60, and 1080p and 4K instead of 720. I think that's ridiculous, having to pay $10 for something I have already paid $70 and $60 for. It's going to bring Tears of the Kingdom up to $80. It's going to bring Breath of the Wild up to $70. I honestly think that's ridiculous, and that's just unacceptable. Nintendo really needs to figure out what is going on here. The Switch 2 disaster is crazy. The launch has been disastrous, and with the whole tariffs and the pre-orders being delayed, the prices of everything, it's just been really, really rough. But I still think the Switch 2 will be epic, despite the pricing issues. But I will be picking up the Switch 2. Will you be picking up the Switch 2? I want to know. And other than that, that's all I have to say. So, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Drop a like, subscribe, and my name's Stone. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.